Hey guys, what's going on? Sherman here. I have another kind of quick knife sale video for you guys today. Like with my last knife sale video, there's nothing wrong with any of these knives. I just don't use them or carry them. So I'd like to see them go to somebody who would carry them and appreciate them. First of all, I have my Mantis friction folder, that Warren Thomas collaboration. I have this left over from my last knife sale video. I had a few people interested, but nobody went through with it. So Aus 8 steel blade, white G100 scales. It's a friction folder. So if you just want to try out a friction folder design, that's why I bought this knife. I just really wanted to try out a friction folder to have one in my collection. And it's a really nice knife. It was really good for the money. I just found out that friction folders just weren't for me. So if you want to try this out, see if friction folders are right for you, 20 bucks shipped on this. So that's a neat knife. I love the blade shape on that too. It just looks really nice. Next is the Kershaw Brawl. I think it's called the Brawl or the Brawler, something like that. I could be wrong. Speed safe assisted. It's kind of like a Spanto. It's not what it's classified as, but it's kind of like a Spanto grind. FRN handle scales. ACR 13 MOV steel blade. It's a pretty nice knife. I have actually not gotten around to review this, so if somebody bought this, I'll probably review it before I ship it out. But here again, nice knife. I got this with that Kershaw tactical pack that they had last Christmas. So if you guys want this, 20 bucks shipped on that. It's in good shape. I have never carried it. I used it once to cut open a blister pack, but I will strop or sharpen any one of these knives before I send them out to make sure they're really sharp. That's just me. That's no extra charge on that. Fun knife to play with. So if you just really like cheap, speed safe knives, not that this is cheap quality, but it's a cheap price. If you want to try that out, 20 bucks shipped on that. Next is the Kershaw Tactical Blur. This is the model number on it. Made in USA. It is an older version. It still has the Tang stamp. The birth date, August 2007, is when this was made. Here again, it has a few wear marks on that DLC coating, but it's just sap. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. My camera doesn't like focusing. Oh well. It does have a few wear marks on there. They will rub off. I was whittling some fat wood with this, so it's actually just tree sap on there. But here again, I will sharpen this. It has been de-assisted. This is one of the very few Kershaw knives that actually has a detent ball and hole, so you can actually carry it comfortably without the torsion bar, and it works great. It's very smooth. But I can either, if you guys want to buy this, I can either ship it with the torsion bar, just leave it out so you can carry it with a manual action. Maybe if your state doesn't allow you to carry assisted opening knives, I can do that, or I can put the torsion bar in it so you can have the assisted feature. It's got the Track Tech inserts, which are like a hard rubber, very grippy. I love it. When I bought this, I was really into Tanto blades, and that's just not so much what I'm into anymore. So here again, there's nothing really wrong with it. One thing I will mention though is that this is one of the first generations of the tactical blur. That's kind of what this is considered, the tactical model. The first versions of these were known to have slippery locks, so the lock will actually disengage with very minimal force. But if you bought this, all you would have to do is contact Kershaw and tell them you have one, that the lock fails on it, and they will replace it. They'll replace it with a brand new blur of this same model, but one of this year, so it will have an updated steel also. $25 shipped on this. So for $25, you could have a brand new blur. And I don't think you'll have to pay shipping to ship it to them. They should send you an email that'll have a printable PDF file that you can print out the postage on this. I believe they'll pay for the postage. Like I said, they'll replace it for you. They should anyway. Everybody I've known that has this knife that'll have that has that tendency for the lock to fail just send it in and they'll replace it. That's everybody I've talked to anyway. So 25 bucks. If not, the lock won't fail just normally using this. Under hard use and like a spine whack, it'll sometimes fail. But still, you might not want that. But like I said, $25 shipped on this. And last but not least, something that a lot of people have really liked of mine. This is my kind of the first pimp job I ever did for a knife that actually worked well. And that's my Kershaw Skyline. I never got around to do the other scale. Maybe you like the black and blue. Let's see if my camera can focus. 14C28, so it's a newer Skyline with the newer steel. A satin finish on the blade. It's almost mirrored. Not really, but it is a very high, very nicely polished satin. Blue G10 with this kind of Anzo pattern that I did. As you can see, it does have a finger choil that works really well. I really like this knife with the finger choil. It really makes it a big difference to me anyway. Not that necessary, but like I said, it does make a difference. So that's nice. The liners and the pocket clip are also polished. And it does have a blue G10 kind of gear pattern almost backspacer. The camera will focus, which it will not. Sorry about that, guys, but you can kind of see it. Like I said, I did this. This is my first pimp job that went well. Centering is perfect on that. Flips great. The flipper has been reduced a little bit. It's a little bit smaller just because I didn't like how much the flipper stuck out. You can light switch flick it, and you can also push button it. Works great, really smooth. I also, let's see the camera focus, I sanded out this area right here, the finger choil area. I made it a little bit larger so that what that allows you to do is it actually allows you to use the thumb studs. It's kind of painful because the thumb stud is so small and the detent is so strong on this knife, but you can actually use the thumb studs if you had to. It also makes it a lot easier to get to the liner lock. If you guys have experiences with the Skyline, you know that's kind of difficult to do. But I really hate to see this go, but I don't carry it. Just for whatever reason, the Skyline is a great knife. It just never really did it for me that much, to be honest with you guys. Like I said, it is a great knife, but I would just rather carry a few other knives than this. So if you guys like the Skyline, maybe you just want to use this, maybe you want to buy it just for the scale, maybe you want to buy it just for this polished blade, because bead blasting is horrific. I hate bead blasted blades because they rust really easily, even on these very stainless 14C28 steel blades. I have had this Skyline actually had a lot of rust spots on it before I polished it up, and that was just for me storing it in a sealed knife, like my sealed knife storage case. So, make me an offer on this. I really don't have a specific price set out for it. So, make me an offer. You guys know that these new go for about $40. So yeah, just make me an offer on this, and I'll consider it. I would like to see this go to a good home, because I know a lot of people have looked at this knife and have wanted it, and I've kind of been holding off on it for sentimental reasons. But like I said, if you want it, guys, make me an offer. I'll be happy to see it go to somebody who will really appreciate it. You'll have a piece of Sherman 614 custom work. Alright guys, that's a quick knife sale video. And of course, the rules still remain the same. I cannot ship, or I won't ship outside of the continental United States for just kind of obvious reasons. You have a lot of legality mixed in there. It's pretty expensive to ship out of the States also. And no one under the age of 18, unless you have parental consent. I did sell a couple of knives last time, but with parental consent. So yeah, if you're under the age of 18, I will need your parents to either make a video with you and say that it's okay, or to write me personally But please don't try to get under the the law there and pose as your parents. Please don't do that. That's just going to look bad on both your part and my part, because like I said, it is illegal to sell knives to minors unless you have parental consent. Depends on the state, but I would really like to follow it by the law. So I hope you guys understand that, and of course I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay sharp, and God bless. Sherman 614, peace.